here's the thing. This all makes sense if you think like a revolutionary. Go back to where General Petraeus was when Barack Obama got into office. Anybody remember? There were rumors that he was going to run. Everybody was saying, "Oh, look, General Petraeus," and the right was beginning. I don't know where General Petraeus stands on the issues. I mean, you know,
he's a Republican.
Yeah, well, so is Colin Powell.
Yeah,
but we were all looking for a hero to ride in a white horse, and this guy had credibility. Everybody liked General Petraeus. And remember what the left was saying. This is why this was so important. If you remember what the left was saying at the time, the left was saying that General Petraeus was General Betraeus. He was MoveOn.org's chief target. The left hated General Petraeus. Why? Because he was good at what he did. He was effective. So Obama comes in and he puts him and sends him back to Afghanistan. And I remember doing the show at the time saying, "Don't do it, General Petraeus, don't do it." But the guy stood up and he did the right thing. And I was saying, don't do it because they're trying to take you out. They're trying to put you in a situation to where you're removed from the line of sight here in America. And they'll destroy you in the end. Okay. So he goes over, and that's when he starts to have an affair with this Broadwell woman. Does anybody know anything about her? I mean, I'm not suggesting that this has happened, but I'm not suggesting it either, because I don't trust these people at all. Is there any connections between her and any of the usual suspects? I'm not saying that there is. Guys usually don't need anything to cheat except a woman who is interested. That's it. And she's married as well. You know, dirtbags just don't need any reason except somebody who is interested. And, you know, she used to go on jogs with him. She used to do push-ups with him. Let's not get into the push-up thing, please. That's really probably... And she would do push-ups. Yeah, I know. You guys were doing a lot of push-ups. Stop it. So she's over in Afghanistan doing the biography. Then the President of the United States takes Leon Panetta, who hates the Pentagon. And instead of putting General Petraeus in charge of the Pentagon, he moves the guy who has always been for defunding the military and doesn't have military background. He puts the guy who was at the CIA in charge of the Pentagon and takes the logical choice of the Pentagon and puts him in the CIA. Now, why would you do that? Why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. By the way, the affair was going on before he became the head of the CIA. Now, the same organization, the FBI, that has to vet everybody, you know, they were the ones who vetted Van Jones and found, I didn't know about the communist revolutionary thing. What? Communist revolutionary? Who saw that one? You know, the same group of people that vet everybody that go inside the White House. He's a terrorist? What? The same people who keep the doors secure at the White House. I don't know how they got so close to the president in the party. What? Those people are still in charge, apparently, of vetting General Petraeus. Now, here's where you have to decide. Did they have the information on Van Jones? Yes or no? Did they know he was a communist revolutionary, or are they just completely incompetent? Did they know that General Petraeus was having... This is the head of the CIA. Did they know that he was having an affair at the time that he was having an affair, and then appoint somebody to that position who was having an affair? Because remember, what happens in your personal life doesn't really matter, right? That's what we learned from President. You could never get anybody who was having an affair could never be blackmailed. Nothing could possibly ever go wrong. There's no example in history of anybody having an affair with somebody who was a spy. Never. That doesn't happen. So why would you worry about having information about somebody who was having an affair and putting them in charge of the CIA? Wow.
Yeah, Jennifer Griffin is reporting this morning that James Clapper and the FBI did know of Petraeus' affair during the vetting process.
Now, remember, James Clapper, we can trust him. James Clapper is the guy who told us that the Muslim Brotherhood is largely secular and nonviolent. Okay. All right. So, the administration knew that the guy they were going to put in charge of the CIA was having an affair. That doesn't sound smart to me. That doesn't sound wise in any stretch of the imagination. But they did it. And they put him in charge of the CIA. Now, when Leon Panetta was at the CIA, you never heard about these intelligence problems. Well, it was a lack of intelligence. Well, it was bad intelligence. You never heard that. Because if you did hear that, wouldn't that be interesting? That you would take somebody who is having all of these problems with intelligence, well, there's a problem with the intelligence, there's a problem with this, there's a problem with that, and then move him over to run the Pentagon. That would be irresponsible, wouldn't it? So our problems with intelligence all start to pop up when General Petraeus, the guy America trusts, the guy they know is having an affair. All of a sudden there's these bad intelligence problems. And then we get to the Benghazi situation, where everybody was saying intelligence, intelligence, intelligence. And I'm up in my office after the show 2 weeks ago, and I say to myself, something's wrong. Something's wrong. I come down to the studio 2 weeks ago, and I say this. It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
Hey, can I interrupt for a second?
Yeah.
I got to get on a plane, but I just wanted to leave a theory here so it's on record.
All right.
Watch for Petraeus to take the blame. As I've been thinking about this, and I've been thinking, where's Petraeus? Petraeus is the guy who's been set up as he's the intelligence guy now. He's the head of the CIA. Mm-hmm. Everybody trusts Petraeus. Remember when they moved him over there and we were like, why is he doing that? They're getting him out of the way. Put this all together. Who have they tried to sell down the river every step of the way? The intelligence. Sloppy intelligence. Didn't know. Everything. You watch. Petraeus is going to be the fall guy. They're going to have him step down. They're going to point all fingers to him. You watch.
Do you think he takes that, or do you think
Yeah, he goes to Princeton. I think he goes to Princeton. I think he takes it and he goes to Princeton. And he thinks, I'll shape young minds. I'll do that.
He takes it for this administration, or he takes it for
I think
the military that doesn't seem
I'm telling
to
you,
want
I
it?
think they've set this guy up and given him the golden parachute already of go to Princeton, run Princeton, and they've got him out of the way.
Okay, that's what I said 2 weeks ago. And what the key is Princeton. 2 weeks ago, they were talking about Petraeus was considering leaving, stepping down, and going to Princeton and running Princeton. And I thought to myself, wait a minute. General Petraeus, General Betrayus, that guy, going to run the university where Van Jones is a professor, where Peter Singer is a professor. Isn't Cornell West also a professor at Princeton? Is it Princeton? So, wait a minute. The dumping ground for the Center for American Progress, Van Jones University, he's going to go run. The university that has the Woodrow Wilson Center for Politics, really? He's going to go run that. They're going to embrace him? He's going to run that? Wow, that's a wild turn of events, isn't it? How'd that one come about? Who wanted to get him? Who's been campaigning for him to have that? How'd that one happen? That one happened, I'm convinced, because somebody said, General. Look you can leave right now and keep your career. Knowing that a man like that will say, at least I can shape young minds. I may have made mistakes, or I may have done this, or whatever they got on me. I can leave, and I can leave with some honor and dignity, and I can go shape minds. And he'll say in his cell, it's better than having no credibility. At least I can go and I can make an impact, because somebody like General Petraeus would know one of the problems with our country is education. So one of our problems is education. I can go in and do it. Now, maybe General Petraeus is like Colin Powell. I don't know. Maybe he's a big progressive. I have no idea. But I will tell you this. This was a CIA safe house. We were at least running guns. I'm beginning to think it's much, much, much worse. But we're at least running guns in that safe house. General Petraeus knows it, knows everything about it. He's got all the information. The week before he testifies, this comes out. The president knew. They held it. They held it. This is what the mob does, gang. You've got to look at our president and this administration as Al Capone, because that's what you've got. This is what they do. They hold the information. General, you're not going to say anything. I don't think this general can sleep at night. And here's why he probably won't say anything. Because he has 2 children. And did you notice there is one other thing that has been leaked out? It's not just about there was the email, and the FBI was looking at the email. Notice the only thing we know about the email. What do you know about the email, Pat? Stu, what do you know about the email? Jeffy, anything?
The other woman hacked into an account.
What else?
Sent threatening emails.
What about
and
his?
It was a personal Gmail account?
What about his email? What about his? It referenced something about his. There's stories that are out now. Reference sex under the desk. You haven't seen that headline?
Oh, I haven't even seen that.
That's the only thing that's been released about him. Sex under the desk. That's a warning shot. General Petraeus, you really, oh my gosh, this one's disturbing. You really don't want that out, do you? General Petraeus, we have so much that you just don't want your children to see. I don't think he's going to say anything. If he is the man we thought he was, he will. And his children will suffer for it. But I got news for you. This is why I've said to you, you have got to have your closets clean. They will destroy you. If there's anything you're doing, they will use it against you, and they will destroy you. Period. Have your closets cleaned. Otherwise, your family will be on the front line, and your family will be destroyed as well. As his family will. He has to make the choice. I believe he's going to Princeton. Congratulations on another lucky Obama win.